what's really interesting about U.S. parking industry, which is very typical to other industries in U.S., is it's very highly elastic towards the economic factors. So as the economic factors change, there is a significant change in the industry that happens that the operators need to adapt to.
Hello everyone and welcome to another Parking Network video. Today I'm joined by Rajiv from ParkEngage. Rajiv, thank you for joining. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, Manoj. How are you?
Fantastic, thank you. Could you please introduce yourself and ParkEngage briefly?
So Manoj, I myself have been in the technology and parking industry for over 30 years. I have built some very complex commercial enterprise-grade digital platforms. For last 8 years or so, I have been doing the same for the parking industry. So what we have done in past few years in ParkEngage, recognizing the needs of the parking industry, especially the U.S. parking industry, is what our focus have been all along. What we have done is we have built a complete set of parking SaaS services that are offered on a digital platform, which is specifically built for the U.S. parking operators. So the services range from self-parking to valet parking, for the gated or ungated garages, permit parking to monthly leases. You have things like prepaid or postpaid methods. You have promotions, validations, a number of other things, tools and services that are typically needed by the U.S. parking operators to run their business efficiently.
So the ParkEngage digital platform, can you expand on it? What is the basis of it?
Yeah, thank you for asking that question. Actually, as I mentioned to you, we build ParkEngage platform specifically for the U.S. parking industry. And the U.S. parking industry is one of the most unique industry, I would say, throughout the world. It's characterized by complex value chains and complex contracts. Value chain may include property owners, operators, aggregators, municipalities, and many other stakeholders. It offers a wide range of services, range from, as I said to you earlier, range from self-parking, valet parking, and so on. It has diverse markets. It serves diverse markets. By that, what I mean is it could be airports, hospitals, city garages, commercial city garages, and all of them have very specific business rules that they operate in, they're parking in. And of course, a diverse customer. As you know, there is a wide difference or diversity in the general population in the United States. You have younger people who understand the technology. On the other hand, you have older and a lot of times underprivileged people who don't have a grasp of technology as much. So, and given all that, on top of that, what's really interesting about U.S. parking industry, which is very typical to other industries in U.S., is it's very highly elastic towards the economic factors. So as the economic factors change, there is a significant change in the industry that happens that the operators need to adapt to. So in order to address all these requirements, what we built a platform that will provide agility to the operators to adapt and compete.
So you mentioned that there's quite a lot of stakeholders in the US market. Who are then your clients? Can you highlight any projects?
Where we're finding a lot of traction and adoption of our platform is small to mid-size operators. And typically what happens is these small to mid-size operators have a very diversified portfolios. So on one hand, you have large facilities that they manage, like airports or off airports, or stadiums and event venues. On the other hand, you have they will manage smaller city garages, which are typically valet garages, or serve a local community like a office complex, or private residential apartment buildings. So we have a number of projects going on in some of these facilities, along with working with these operators, where we have an airport who would be using our touchless system for faster ingress and egress. And then there would be city garages will be using our valet system. So we had pretty good, I would say, traction going on with the small to mid-sized operators.
Now to talk a bit about the industry as a whole, can you explain to me the trends you see within parking?
On one hand, we thought we just left COVID-19 behind, and now we are on an upswing. Last year, we had a pretty good year in parking industry coming out of COVID-19. But then here we straight into facing a recessive economic cycle, which appears to be going on this year and maybe go into next year. Online commerce and online telemedicine, online education, all of that is affecting the parking demand. And then alternate forms of transportation and the demographics is affecting the overall car ownership, and hence the demand for the parking. Another thing that's happening is large operators are investing heavily in the technology, and that's affecting small and mid-sized operators significantly. And finally, I would say, labor is always is something that is a big component of the parking industry. And what's happening, just like in any other industry, the advancement in the artificial intelligence are continuing to disrupt the labor markets. I would say definitely they are changing the labor markets, and eventually they may actually disrupt the labor markets. So I think these are some of the trends that we have to keep in mind, and especially if you are a small to private operators, these are the things these are trends that will make or break the business that you are in. And that's one of the reasons why digital platforms like ours provide the adaptability and agility for that.
So Rajiv, then one last question for you. Would you then say that parking operators should focus on the digital for the future?
So, gone are the days when you could comfortably run a parking facility with semi-skilled parking attendants or monolithic ticket machines or parking meters. Operators now need to quickly adapt to the complexity that is offered by the industry, and of course the change that is involved in the industry as well, to be able to compete, to be able to serve. And always stay at the leading edge of these disruptive trends that I earlier talked about. They have to move at the digital speed, and now picking a digital platform and associated parking SaaS services is not an option anymore. It's what gives you sustainable competitive advantage, and that's why I feel that I think operators need to continue their move towards a digital platform.
Well, Rajiv, thank you very much for the informative interview. I'm looking forward to seeing more of the implementation of your digital parking solution.
Thank you, Manoj.
And thank you to the audience for watching today. Make sure to like and subscribe. For more parking content, go to parking.net, and we'll catch you again next time.